Oh yeah, this is where he was. Cat meat. Cat's meat. I hope that's not making meat out of cats, because that's just cruel. Holy shit. I'm a cat lover. That would kill my heart. If it's still beating. Like all these people, they've got nothing better to do. How did they know that somebody's been murdered here? What's that? Does it say Walker Diaries? Walker's Diary? Huh. Crazy that you can that actually has text that's eligible. Even like a lot of games, like older games, all their assets are like super low res, aren't they?
You can go in, Mr. Holmes. She's there. We didn't touch a thing.
Oh, thanks. I'll just walk in. Oh, this is the bird that's outside. Oh, God. I remember this. Oh. That is when... Where's the grass? That's some weird camera panning.
PC Chandler to let us pass. He said no one has touched the corpse. It's the perfect opportunity for us to put our skills to the test. Watson, let's not waste it.
I think I should put a disclaimer here saying that I don't remember if this is too gory, but yeah, if you get kind of squeamish at like corpses, I mean, you really shouldn't be watching this game that has the word Jack the Ripper in it. But you know, it's an interesting mystery game. It's not too heavy, like I said. It's not too heavy on the gore, but it's kind of, yeah, it's not nice.
This door must lead to the cellar. The latch has been recently repaired.
Okay. There's a leather apron.
This apron is soaked with water and has left a clear mark on the ground. It must have been left in water for several hours and has been there for some time.
Meaning that's not the killer's apron.
What a stench! Nobody is hiding inside.
Is that the shitter? It is the shitter. Is it the shitter? I mean, I think it is.
I have nothing to ask. This fence separates the courtyard from the neighbours, 27 Hanbury Street.
Let's have a look around. Bit of blood.
The blood is a dozen inches or so from the ground. Blood stains on the wall.
We'll sort the deduction out later. You should never just randomly guess, because the more information you get, the more convoluted it gets. Again, pressing space lets you see things to click on.
There are no trails on the ground. There's no sign of a struggle. A piece of coarse muslin. 2 combs, curiously arranged.
It's curiously arranged, isn't it? Scrap of an envelope found at 26 Hanbury Street. It's definitely going to come in handy, isn't it?
A torn envelope. It smells of rubbing alcohol. It contains 3 pills. I will take one. 2 should suffice for the police.
What would the pills be then? A. Chapman's white pill. The only thing I can think of is maybe something to prevent a sexual transmitted disease or something. But they didn't really have anything to fight syphilis, did they, in those days? Not like they do now. There's no really way to prevent it once you've got it. I mean, I could be talking bullshit. I'm not a doctor, so yeah, I'm not really sure.
So, Doctor, shall we examine our victim?
Ah, I'm tired, Holmes. I'm not sure if I am in a state to do this work.
Come, Watson, there is little time. Show me what you're made of.
Oh, my God.
Pray, Watson, pull yourself together.
Put yourself together, man.
Establish the time of the crime.
The extremities of the corpse are cold and rigor mortis is beginning to set in. I would say that the murder was committed over 2 hours ago, before 4:30 a.m.
Okay, so it's not shown as the actual... Oh my god. Man, he's got a thing for taking out corpses, the guts, isn't he?
Now let's look at the stomach, or at least what remains of it.
It's dreadful, Holmes. Who could do that to someone?
That's what you're here for, Watson. Tell me what this man has done.
The stomach has been entirely opened and... Oh, my God! A number of organs have been removed.
So you're telling me that the organs were removed, Watson. They weren't ripped out.
Not at all, Holmes. On the contrary, this is clearly the work of an expert. I couldn't have done any better myself. And the uterus is missing.
I thought this was more bloody. Maybe I'm thinking of another game. I assumed that you inspect the actual body. Maybe the notification of it being a bit gory is completely yeah. I thought you saw a bit more, to be honest.
Looky here. It would seem he has a mark on his left hand.
He? It's very weird that they keep addressing this lady as a he.
The victim must have worn a large ring or several little ones, and someone pulled them off forcefully. This detail will be very valuable, Watson. You can be sure of that.
Some ugly ass hands. I don't think there's anything else to click on. Can I leave? There we go. Yeah, so it's green now, means I've done everything.
Let's look at this poor woman more closely.
Oh, so the only kind of gory thing you get is the face. Ah, see, look, now it's just a one cut. Still with the strangling, still with the marks on the cheeks.
Look at her neck.
Oh, it's jagged.
Tell me.
Two.
There are 2 incisions.
It wasn't, the last cut wasn't as jagged, was it?
A bruise. The victim's face appears to have bruising, wouldn't you say?
Under the maxilla and cheek. There is less on the right side.
The tongue is swollen. My dear Watson, now that we have found all of our clues, nothing remains but to subject them to our most likely hypotheses in order to deduce the facts.
Okay. The facts. So, neither footsteps nor streaks of blood on the ground. Meaning that she wasn't dragged. Yeah, because if she was dragged, there'd be streaks, wouldn't there? The blood on the fence is 12 inches off the ground, and some blood splurted on the wall near the stairs. She couldn't be standing up because it's too low down. I'll say she was still alive when he cut her throat, purely because, as we saw from the last murder victim, if he was dead, you don't have any spray, do you? But seeing as this spray on the wall and on the fence, maybe she was alive still. Murder took place on the premises. Yeah, so that's correct. Well done, me. Yay, yay. Pat yourself on the back. Nice. The victim has bruises under her right jawbone and behind the left cheek. Let's have a look. Hold on. If I'm grabbing somebody's face onto the jawbone, I'm not. Yeah, if I'm a lefty, my thumb will be on your right side of your face. No, it'll be on the left side of your face. Sorry. Would it? Bloody mirrors. Let's just say left-handed. Murderer slit the victim's throat with his right hand. Oh, left hand. Maybe the cut was jagged because he used the other hand. Say, look, one of these is wrong. Okay, he must be right-handed. I always assumed that he was a lefty. Now I can't understand my own logic now. Tongue is bloated. Victim's thirsty. She was strangled. Died of strangulation. She's partly strangled, then had her throat slit. That has to be right. Yeah. Because of the, is it the spray of blood meaning that she was still alive? Victim was strangled. Oh, that's done. An envelope near the victim's head. Envelope was brought by the victim. Wanted to give the envelope. It must be by the brought by the victim, surely. Just holding the envelope in her hand. Yeah. So whatever those pills are, they are definitely for some, maybe stops the old syphilis. The items in the victim's feet are very orderly. But they must belong to the victim. He definitely searched her. Murderer likes combs. He is unfeeling and organised. It's the only way that he would organise shit. But the body is cold at the extremities and rigor mortis has barely started. The crime was committed barely 2 hours ago. Is that what Watson said? Yeah. It was committed over 2 hours ago, before 4:30. Oh, that's not the right thing. Oh, come on. This one. Deduction. Barely 2 hours ago. So, that one. No, it couldn't have been after. It was before, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. I really should start to read. You think some of my age would not know how to read. Recent large scrapes on the first phalanx on the middle finger, meaning that he mugged her. He won one or more rings. We know that. Murderer stole. And then another one. So I mean, they get longer. Okay, there's an incision form. There's an incision. Is that supposed to say from the right to left? From right to left, going around the neck. There's an incision on the neck from right to left. From the right side, stopping in the middle of the throat. The wound around the neck is jerky and not all in one piece. Murderer panicked. Yeah, I'd say panicked. I'm guessing he strangled her, not realizing that she was still alive. He cut her throat. She woke up from the pain, and then he just quickly did it quickly. That's what I'm guessing. Organs are missing. The uterus was removed by the hands of an expert. He didn't use a weapon. He's got fingers like knives. I'd say he used a short, supple knife. Maybe not. Killer wanted to decapitate her? How would you know that the uterus was eaten? Chapman's killer has a knowledge of anatomy. So one of these is wrong. Don't know what the glottis is. I don't know. It's between panicked or bad knife. Okay, he used a weapon of great size. Is that why he couldn't cut her correctly? Because the babe was too big? But then how did he cut out a uterus expertly with a massive knife? That's weird. Oh, I clicked on the wrong thing. Weapon of great size. Okay, he used a very sharp knife.
Watson, the authorities are arriving. It's time for us to go.
That confused me. I'll get more confused.
Locked away in his room for days, always saying the same things. I'm thinking, Watson. Very good, Watson. As you wish, Watson. But I am thinking too, so much so that I can't sleep. Annie Chapman. Good Lord.
Let's go back to the deduction. You can see. There we go. He used a very sharp blade. Well, why is it jagged then? I assumed that he would have panicked because she was still awake. I mean, what the fuck do I know? I'm not a murderer. Or am I? Oh. So, filling up. That copper. Oh, there we go.
There is nothing more to do.
I don't know why that's there. That's so weird. We've got up to 5 pages for now.
Holmes examined the broken jar that belonged to Finley's tenant. I wonder what this substance is. I don't recognize the odour.
Formalin, Watson. This jar contained formalin. Interesting, don't you think? I've been waiting for something for days. Just the tiniest bit of news that would make sense of this whole matter. But there's nothing, neither from the press nor the police. Unless Inspector Abberline is holding on to some information without realizing its importance, which is quite possible. It is time for you to return to the police station in Whitechapel, Watson. And didn't you tell me that you had a matter to take care of it? Take advantage of it to learn more about this pill and its contents.
Ah, but Holmes, it's late, and spending another night in this district is hardly my idea of entertainment.
I know, Doctor, but we don't have any choice. Time is against us. Take your pistol in case you run into any troublesome characters.
Fine, as you wish, Holmes.
So I find it weird that doctors in these days carry guns. I don't know if doctors nowadays carried guns. Police station. It's weird that they don't make... They're really quiet, the NPCs are. But their walking is super loud. Who would leave a carriage here, or baby carriage, or pram? You can just hearing random noise in the background. It's so creepy. I'm going to the police, aren't I? Yeah. Oh, here we go.
Good evening. I hope I'm not disturbing you.
Not at all, Doctor. This man, Mr. Richardson, is a witness to the horrid affair at 29 Hanbury Street, the murder of Annie Chapman. We are discussing the relevance of his testimony.
Why are you telling me? This is private information, dude. This cop is fucking dumb.
You're probably not in a position to discuss it with me, but I would like to know more about what you call the relevance of this young man's testimony.
Oh, there's no secrecy. It's simply that the testimony given by Mr. Richardson doesn't match the time of death given by the coroner, Dr. Phillips.
What was the time of death, according to him?
Before 4:30 in the morning.
Which is exactly what Dr. Watson said.
My conclusions were the same. Were there any other conflicting testimonies?
Well, 2 other witnesses summoned at the preliminary inquest gave testimony, but in these cases too, the times don't match.
Do you remember what it was they said?
I didn't question them myself. A colleague of mine took down their statements on paper, but on deciding they were of little use, he tore them up and threw them in the bin. There's no point in being bogged down with useless paperwork.
And you wonder why the people don't like you as a copper, like as cops in these days.
I will take my leave, Humphreys.
Goodbye, Doctor.
Like, even if it's useless information, it still might be relevant later on. As if you just threw them away. What a massive bell end. Can I get them out of the bin? Oh, I can. At gunpoint from the White Plume Mountain Inn. That's weird. Benny the Scholar Faggot? Hound's Ditch. Falsified bank record using folk band. What the fuck's this got to do with anything? Degradation of a religious building to the detriment of the authorities in charge. That's absolute dog shit. What's that got to do with anything?
An old report on arrests that took place a few years earlier.
Why are they in the bin still, if it's a few years?
Here are the ripped statements. I can piece them together again.
Oh. Oh. As if this guy just threw this away. Dummy. As for puzzles and all jigsaws, you always start with the corners and the sides. He says, getting confused all of a sudden. Oh no, it's 2 pieces, isn't it? Oh, that's why. Of course it's 2. There's more than 4 corners. That's not how squares work. So if that's weird. That doesn't fit there. You know it is. It's like that means that. Where's the other corner? Maybe it's this one. That looks like it's the bottom. Haha! Oh, now we're cooking with gas. Got to be like somewhere there. That means that this one has to be this corner. Ooh. The right one there. That's weird. Maybe that's up there instead. I'm trying to think if this is upside down. You can slightly see the words. Guess I'll worry about that in a minute. Let me fill in the rest. I could fill in the blanks later, can't we? That definitely doesn't go there. Testimony of 𝘱𝘦𝘴𝘭𝘱𝘦𝘪𝘳. I'm slightly confused about where this goes. Let's leave that for somebody else. 𝘱𝘦𝘴𝘱𝘦𝘪𝘳. This has got to go. That is really throwing me. Go away. Is that right? It doesn't look like it fits. I mean, that's confusing me. Breaking my old brain. Goes there. What? Is that, how does that work? It doesn't go anywhere. I wonder if these are on the wrong side. Because that definitely goes in there. Oh no, it doesn't. That's why. Wow. The obvious solution is not the obvious to my as if it was that easy, and I just, wow, that confused me.
There, all done. Holmes
You'd think.
have done better himself.
I mean, I'm slightly embarrassed that I can't do a jigsaw. Good lordy. Anyway, on the morning of the murder, the witness left her I don't rather keep calling it domicile. I need to say house or home. At 32 Church Street at approximately 5 a.m. That is well after her murder. To get to Spectrum Market, she was passing down Hanbury Street around 5:30. The witness was certain at the time. She declares that she heard the clock on the Black Eagle Brewery on Brick Lane strike the half hour just before she entered the street. In front of 29 Hanbury Street, she noticed that woman. The witness identified the body as Annie Chapman as at the morgue. This identification was solicited by our services. The man described with the victim is 40, a little taller than the woman with whom he was discussing, approximately 5'3". A brown deer stalking hat, dark coat. I doubt on this point, because it's dark, you don't really know what colour he's wearing. General appearance of the working class. What's that supposed to mean? Particular markings: dark hair and a mustache. Dark face. Looks like a foreigner. Of course. The witness only saw the man from behind. So how did you know that he's got a dark face and he looks like a foreigner? Stupid old biddy. The term foreigner is often associated with a person of Jewish origins. Yeah, she's not racist. He long. Or he. Is it a woman? No, left her. A Kadosh. Kadosh? Witness resides at 27 Hanbury Street. So these are the next door neighbour. The building adjoined to number 29, the same street. The two backyards are separated by a wooden fence. That's information that you do not need to know. But thank you for telling us that, Mr. Police Officer. On the morning of the murder, the witness got up at 5:15, went to the yard where the latrine was, the shitter. Was then 5:20 on the. Go back to the house. The witness heard voices behind the fence coming from number 29. The only word that he understood was no. He went into the building again, but returned to the yard approximately 4 minutes later, when he heard a noise as if something fell against the fence. He then departed for work. When he paused in front of Spitalfields Church, it was approximately 5:32. We got like daylight saving or something. Everyone seemed to be like an hour. Like if this was 4:15, it would kind of make sense. There's something screwy with the time, isn't there?